What's good, YouTube? It's your man Rage King back with another one. Yes, another upload to the channel. And before we get started, I ask if y'all please go down there and hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that share button, and hit that bell for notifications if you're new. Welcome to Rema Rage TV. This is how we do Rage and Rebels. Crown up. And if you're new to the crew, welcome to the Rage and Rebel Revolution. Now let's vibe. And y'all, we got some news coming out of Sony Interactive Entertainment. Well, what do you mean by that, Rage King? I'm glad you asked. Allow me to explain it to you. Sony, the makers of PlayStation, expects to be done with PlayStation 4 games by 2025. Now let's speak on it. Now y'all know we got an article here. Y'all already know what time it is. We got an article here. We're going to read. We're going to react. It's just how we do. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it. Are we approaching a time where PlayStation 4 games releases will be a thing of the past? At the latest Sony investor presentation, Sony revealed that it plans to be done with PlayStation 4 games by 2025. Additionally, the company also explored the growth they've had in the PC and mobile realms and used numbers to examine the past and predict the future of releases. In the 2019 fiscal year, almost all Sony's releases were on PlayStation 4, but the estimated spread for 2022's fiscal year accounts for Sony's recent success on PC and includes their foray into mobile as well. For 2025, there is nary a mention of the PlayStation 4. Instead, half the graph broadcast releases for the PlayStation 5. Sony expects that PC should account for around 30% and mobile 20% for the rest of the fiscal year releases. Now let me stop right there. So basically, it sounds like to me that one reason that they're trying to drop making games for the PlayStation 4 is because honestly it's not making them as much money as it's not going to make them as much money in the future as it already has. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, we've already seen the peak in people buying PlayStation 4s and buying PlayStation 4 games. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, in my opinion, one of the reasons why they're doing this is because they're going to make more money on PlayStation 5s going forward. With more games coming out, with the Unreal Engine 5 coming out, I know they're going to want to jump head in and dive right in at making games on that engine. I know they just drooling at, just drooling and eyes just wide, ready to get their hands on that Unreal Engine 5. If it's everything that they say it's going to be, if it's even half as hype as it says it's going to be, it's damn sure gonna make a difference in gaming in a positive way if games are made right with the right developers. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. And obviously another reason they would obviously go to PlayStation 5 is because, guys, PlayStation 4 has been out for damn near 10 years. You understand what I'm saying? It's had its time. Now, I know the question that pops in a lot of people's head immediately, because it popped in mine. Well, what about scalpers? Y'all talking about being done with the PlayStation 5 and by 2025. What about scalpers? What about people that haven't got PlayStation 5s yet? How are people gonna beat scalpers to buying a PlayStation before y'all get? That could very well become a problem in the future. I'm not gonna lie. That could very well be a problem. However, it could also be a problem that could be solved. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easily solved, but it could be a problem that could be solved going forward. Guys, we don't know what the next 2 to 3 years is gonna bring. No one can predict the future. If you're not the most high you don't know what's gonna happen in the future. You can set yourself up for a better future. You can set yourself up to take, to take bigger leaps in life, to do better things, but you can't necessarily predict the future. You understand what I'm saying? The only thing you can do about the future is control what you do going forward. You can't really control how the future or how life itself is gonna act going in the future. Anybody that tell you that they do is a damn lie. So with that being said, PlayStation 4 has had its time, but when you got these scalpers out here buying up all the product, buying up all the systems, it's made it hard for people to get PlayStations. To be honest, a lot of people would have PlayStation 5s already had it not been for these scalpers literally robbing, well, I ain't gonna say robbing because they did pay for, but literally buying up all the PlayStations and then want to sell them for double, triple, quadruple the price on the street, because you got people that's just gonna pay for that. They really do. So we don't know if they're gonna come back, if they're gonna have, because I know they've had part shortages and everything like that. They've had problems with getting pieces for the PlayStation, etc. So we don't know if they're gonna have more parts going forward for the PlayStation 5. We don't know what's gonna happen in the future. So if they gonna do this, I just hope that they get their stuff together and have more PlayStation 5s ready to go, because it makes really no sense to move on. I know eventually you do, but it really makes no sense to move on if you still got scalpers buying up every piece of product and no one else out there can get one. Let's continue. Many current games like Elden Ring and Horizon Forbidden West can be found on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, but according to Sony's projection, that will be a thing of the past within 3 years. We never know what could happen in 3 years. That's a short time, but it's enough time to make a lot of change. You understand what I'm saying? Elsewhere, the presentation largely focused on how the company plans to expand its reach to more people, what it's doing to get there, and what is working currently. One thing that is working is Sony's dive into the world of PC gaming. The company is projected to make a staggering $300 million in net sales at the end of the fiscal year next March. It's a lot of money. Their venture toward mobile and PC gaming aligns with Sony's goal to move from a console-centric approach to a future where large elements of our community extend beyond the console. So yeah, basically, they gonna make a lot, because if you heard earlier, PC and mobile gaming is gonna be half of their income. You understand what I'm saying? That's gonna be half of the money coming in. You understand what I'm saying? So they gonna try to make half off of the systems and the consoles, and they gonna make the other half off of PC and mobile game. That's their plan anyway. And to be honest with you, I think that's a damn good move by PlayStation, by Sony, to go ahead and get into that realm over there and make as much money over there as you can, because there's a lot of money to be made on these mobile and PC games. Trust and believe. There have been several big name PS5 only releases such as Returnal and Deathloop that have found success despite being only available on one Sony console. With the release of Sony's first official PS5 bundle, let's hope we're moving to a future where even more will be available, and that is the end of the article. So I'm gonna end the video on this, y'all. As the end of the article said, this is a good move, because like I said, eventually you got to move on it. And then plus, by the time 2025 gets here, because we're halfway through 2022 already, believe it or not. By the time 2025 get here, guys, we don't know what's going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? They could have everything that they need could pop up. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying look at it with hope, but all I'm saying is this is a smart business move, and unfortunately, in business, you got to make moves that a lot of people are not going to like, but you got to do what you got to do for the betterment of the company. And I'm all for it as long as they have available PlayStation 5s for people to get at the end of the day. But that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this article, man, what y'all think about this. As long as y'all are respectful and logical, we can have a conversation. That's my video. Hope y'all enjoy it, and I'll see y'all next time.